Hey everyone, Dale Moreau here, founder of DaleMoreau.net and also founder of Dale Moreau Coaching. Overcoming social anxiety of meeting new people, like any task in life, requires skills. And fortunately, we can learn new skills. Now, just like we learn to use a smartphone and the controls on our televisions, meeting new people will be one more skill that we can add to our experience. Now, what is social anxiety? Well, according to Dr. Thomas A. Richards, social anxiety is the fear of interaction with other people that brings on self consciousness, feelings of being negatively judged and evaluated, and as a result leads to avoidance. Now, overcoming social anxiety step by step will be the goal of this article and of this video. Now, we have to understand that everybody that we meet is a prospect. In fact, everybody you meet on the street, at work and at play, on social media, in your church, or at the local club is a potential prospect for your business. And the great thing is, those people don't even know they're prospects. That means everybody new that you meet is neutral and has no biases against us. Now, they only become prospects and develop biases for or against us when they meet us. And based on what we say and do, they become good prospects or bad prospects. Now, don't believe me? Well, think about the person you see walking up and down the sidewalk in your neighborhood. Ask yourself, are these people walking up and down the neighborhood and thinking about network marketing? Well, of course not. They are not thinking about the kids at school, or their thoughts are on work or what they're going to have for lunch or dinner. And they have no thoughts whatsoever about network marketing. They only think about network marketing when we bring up the subject to them based on what we say and do. And based on what we say and do, it will determine if these people become good prospects or bad prospects. If we say the wrong thing, they will become bad prospects. If we say the right thing, they will become good prospects. So, number one, here is the steps for actually overcoming social anxiety of meeting new people. So, step number one, overcoming fear of failure. Now, our first step for overcoming social anxiety is overcoming the fear of failure. Now, the fear of failure is the number one cause of people not wanting to talk to strangers and meeting new people. Understandably, no one wants to fail. In fact, the reality is inside our brains is this inner program that says the world around us will come crashing down if we get rejected. And we don't want to feel embarrassed, and we hate the thought of what other people might think if on what we say. Now, how do we overcome the fear of failure? Well, think about someone else. We can't have two thoughts in our mind at the same time. I want to repeat that. We cannot have two thoughts in our minds at the same time. So when we think, oh, there is someone in the group that needs me, someone who is shy and hopes someone will talk to them, we are concentrating on them and we're not thinking about failure. And if we concentrate on someone else, we won't worry about our negative thoughts about failure. Now, step number two, mastering body language. Now, overcoming social anxiety of meeting new people is partly about mastering body language. Now, how important is body language when approaching someone new? Think of when someone is flirting, or imagine someone shaking an angry fist. How about a punch in the nose? Well, as you can see, body language is important. We want to look open and non aggressive. We want to smile. We don't want to talk when the prospect is talking. Never interrupt the prospect, no matter what you or they might say. Now nod your head in agreement whether you agree or not. Or you can say something that is an interesting viewpoint. Now give the new person their personal space and be bright-eyed and make eye contact only occasionally. Never stare at the prospect. Staring at someone is constantly creepy. Now, don't cross your arms. That is a sign to the new person that we're not interested in them and code toward them. Now, shake hands on meeting new people. This is a sign of friendship. Now, if you're tired, well, that's not a good thing. We want to be full of energy and happy to be where we are. That is a better position to be in. Now, our voice should be natural. Some people talk too fast, other people talk too slow. We want to match speed for speed with the new people. If they talk fast, you can speed up the talk. If they talk too slow, well, slow down your speed to match the speed of their voice. And the tone of our voice can override the meaning of our words. We don't want to be sarcastic, overly enthusiastic, angry, bored, loud, scared, or overly kind. These traits in our voice will scare away prospects. We also want to observe the body language of our prospects. It will give us general information about the state of mind of the person that we're talking to. Now, we want to watch for happy signals and we want to watch for unhappy signals, and that's about it. Step number 3, what do I say? Now, what we say is important when overcoming social anxiety of meeting someone new. Now, what would we want to start the conversation with? Well, how about trying the word hi? With the word hi, we learn how to overcome social anxiety and shyness. That is something that everyone can do. It's simple, right? And when you say hi, the hardest part is over. But what if they don't say hi back? Easy. We're done with this conversation. Time to move on. No need to continue. But what do we say after the person says hi? Well, ask a simple question. People respond to questions. Now, we call that conversation. And here are some easy questions and that are non-invasive. How are you? What is your name? Do you have a moment? Do you know where such and such is? Have you been waiting long? Am I in the right line? Do you know the host of the party? My name is Dale. What is your name? Where are you from? What kind of work do you do? Are the questions the only thing we can ask? No. How about making nice statements? A nice dress. You've got nice shoes. That looks yummy to eat. It sure is crowded in here. We want to avoid invasive questions and statements. And here are a few that are just invasive and they actually turn people off. How much money do you have in your bank account? What time do your children leave your home? Are those your real teeth? Is that your real hair? You look good enough to eat. Time to take out the trash. What an ugly dress you are wearing. Those shoes came from where? Sarcastically said. Well, dealing with social anxiety and overcoming social anxiety is easy when you know what to say. Now, step number 4, controlling other people's actions. Now, can we control other people's actions? Well, yes, we can. Now, people are reactive. They go through life on autopilot, reacting to their internal programs. Want to see this in action? When we smile at someone, what happens? Well, people automatically smile back. And when we shake our fist in anger at someone, they automatically duck for cover or react back in an unpleasant experience. Now people do think that they don't react. They react based on internal programs that says to react instantly when this situation occurs. And the great news is the stranger we meet has two different reactions to us based on what we say and do. That means we can control the way our stranger reacts based on what we say and do. So, would it make better sense to learn what to say to get the preferred action from the people that we meet? Well, yes, because controlling behavior by what we say and do is in our hands and is our responsibility. Step number 5, listen to our prospects. If we listen and hear and understand our prospects, our body language will match our good intentions. Now, overcoming social anxiety of meeting new people is easy when all you have to do is to listen. Now, listening means we try to understand the meaning of our conversation partner's words. How do we listen? Well, when the prospect speaks, we don't talk. And if you need help with listening because you're a natural talker, take your fist with one hand and place it under your chin and then push. This will keep our mouths from opening, and it makes great conversation too. Now, when we get the urge to interrupt our prospect, we simply push our fist upward, and it keeps our mouths from opening. We are in the business to hear, not to respond. Now, how else can we hear? By not talking or talking one-upmanship. Now, one-upmanship is devaluing the accomplishments of our prospects by elevating our accomplishments as being more superior. Now, when our prospects tell us of their accomplishments, such as getting back from a 1 week cruise, we don't come back to them speaking about us going on a 2 week cruise. It makes them feel small and makes us look pathetic. Now, how else can we listen? Avoid the appearance of interrogation. Do not rapid fire questions to our prospects when they make a statement about something. Now, two additional points about listening need to be made. Do not try solving psychological problems. We are not psychologists, and we should never give advice. Even when people beg you for advice, don't do it. Why? Because people really don't want our advice. They are already doing what they're doing, and there's no sense trying to change them. Step number 6, getting started with our first conversation. Let's see how easy it is for overcoming social anxiety of meeting new people by starting our first conversation. So how do we start? So see that stranger over there? Think this. I want to improve this person's day. Now, maybe we can talk to the shy stranger coping with social anxiety by helping them talk about their favorite subject or help them focus on something positive in their lives. So, how will that person feel? He will like us, of course. And in the future, this person will seek us out. This person will enjoy having conversations with us. It could be the beginning of a great friendship. Plus, when this person talks to others, our reputation will grow as a great conversationalist. Now, put yourself in the other person's brain. When we see things from the other person's viewpoint, it's easy to connect. And conversations are easy, and rapport seems effortlessly. So here's an example of a typical conversation that I have made. Now here I am, and I say, "Hi, my name is Dale. What is yours?" And I smile. "Now my name is David," says the prospect. Now David talks slow, and so you will talk the same slow rate as David while smiling. "David, I notice you're waiting in line. How long have you been waiting?" "About 15 minutes." And then you say, "Waiting is such a pain when you have other things to do." "Yes, I do have other things to do." Now it sounds pretty natural, doesn't it? Have we connected? Yes, by thinking the same way our prospect thinks. Waiting is such a pain when you have other things to do. The prospect agrees with this statement. It builds rapport effortlessly and causes our prospect to see us as a friend. Now, if our prospect were to say, "No, I like waiting in line," what do? We don't argue with them. We don't contradict them. We merely nod our head in agreement and say, "That is an interesting viewpoint." Now, people want approval. Approving their statements as being true, even though we don't agree, builds rapport. No matter how wrong prospects might be, we never ever contradict them. Now, knowing the step-by-step method for starting a conversation with strangers and overcoming social anxiety have never been easier than now. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave me a comment in the comment section of my blog by tapping on the link below. And most importantly, leave me a comment in Facebook. And if you want more insight on how to talk to strangers, send me an email at dale@dalemoreau.net. That's DALEMOREAU.net. And put in the subject line "talking to strangers," and I will send you more insight on how to talk to strangers. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all on the better side of success.